Hare Krishna. Om Gyanantimirandhasya Gyananjanashalaakaya Chaksharunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Hare Krishna. So it was very good discussion we had on a very important topic. And Prabhupada has something very important to share in this regarding in this purpose also. And yesterday we discussed this is Maya Ananya Bhavena. So we'll just read some of the translations to understand what is going on. Of course, this Prabhuji revised it, but we'll just see the two translations. He says, such a sadhu engaged in staunch devotional service to Lord without deviation. For the sake of Lord, he renounces all other connections such as family, relationship, and friendship, friendly acquaintances within the world. The Prabhupada says that, but if for sense gratification a person renounces all obligations, he is punished by loss of nature. That is the important point. We can renounce this. We have to renounce also. And but what is important is it should come by practice of devotion. That is the renunciation. Jnana vairagya. Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojatah Janati Asu Vairagyam Jnanam Cha Hridayakam. So the the process is like that. We have to practice in such a way that naturally the attraction for Krishna happens, and then we become detached to what is this worldly pleasures that are around us. This is a natural phenomena that is happening. So here, the next sloka is also very important. Lord says that engaged constantly in chanting and hearing about me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the sadhus do not suffer from material miseries because they are always filled with thoughts of my pastimes and activities. This is very important. So, if I want the solution for overcoming miseries, so they do not suffer material miseries because they are always filled with thoughts in mind. So, how does this misery come? If you understand, the pleasure and pain is in the mind. So, pleasure and pain is in. So pleasure and pain are part of mind only. Like now, if say I get some level of food or something, I may say, okay, this is good. I'm happy. I'm getting some nice things to eat. But suddenly we get a bad news. No, so and so person is no is is failed in the exam. No, you got wrong marks. So immediately that situation changes. We are most of our happiness. It is in the level of mind only. So here pleasure and pain is because maximum pleasure, maximum pain. If you see, it is in relationships. So it is relationship only, maximum pleasure and pain, right? Now, here what is happening now? What the sadhus are doing, this mind, because it is affected by all this, and this is because of duality. So this duality is actually what is affecting mind. We are affected by pleasure, pain, happiness, distress, I like, I don't like. And that is what Krishna is trying to help us understand. Arey, we are not the mind only. We are not mind. So Krishna is trying to help us with this. He is telling in the 2.14, no, when after he told immediately, Dehinosmeda Dehi, you are not the body. Immediately it is Matra Sparshastakante, you are not the mind also. Sitoshna Sukadukada Agama Painoni Stamas Siksha Subharta. This is very important. So now how to overcome this? This is a very difficult task. So the yogis, they go to Himalayas, they do great austerities, trying to separate themselves from the mind. That's why they do all this Ashtanga yoga. Now, for devotees, instead of doing that hard work, there is a shortcut. What we have to do? We have to fill the mind with thoughts. Fill the mind with thoughts of Krishna. So this is our formula. So this is how we can be free from misery. So now, say I'm getting affected. Say, some person's wife left him. Now, what should he do? Sit and cry or no, whatever? No, he can happily chant and no, this attend our regular Bhagavatam classes morning, afternoon, evening, and then engage his mind. So now, because the pain is in the mind, now the pain is in the mind. So mind, we are trying to fill it with thoughts of Krishna. That is the formula. That's why the sadhus do not suffer from material because they are always filled with thoughts. Now we can be sadhus. That means who is filling his mind always with thoughts of Krishna or sadhus. So we can also do it. That is the point. So if we are filling our thoughts with Krishna all the time, we are sadhus. 3 times in a day we have nice classes. Peacefully sit here and mind is troubling, but we don't hear to the mind. We hear to Krishna Katha. That's all. And that's what Prabhupada is going to tell. Prabhupada is saying there are multifarious miseries in material existence. Those pertaining to body and mind. Those imposed by other living entities. Those imposed by natural disease. But a sadhu is not disturbed by such miserable conditions because his mind is always filled with Krishna consciousness. That is the main thing. Thus, he does not like to talk about anything but the activities of Lord. Maharaj Ambrish did not speak of anything but the past tense of Lord. Vachamsi Vaikuntha Gunanuvarnani. He engaged his words only in glorifying of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sadhus are always interested in hearing about the activities of the Lord or his devotees. Since they are filled with Krishna consciousness, they are forgetful of material misery. So this is the solutions. If we are miserable, then we have solutions. And then we cannot complain also. Because you cannot say that no, I don't have opportunity to hear. No, no, we have whole day we have opportunity here. Anytime you, there are so many places across the world. Classes happens from morning till evening. Any time of the day, you have somewhere, and the Zoom link is available. You can join. You have night also classes, in the day also, you afternoon also, evening also, every time. So ordinary condition souls, being forgetful of activities of Lord, are always full of anxieties and material tribulations. If you don't have that time glass, recordings are available. You can hear the recordings. On the other hand, since the devotees always engage in the topics of Lord, they are forgetful of miseries of material life. So for us, like no, sometimes we even don't know only which day is happening. Like some in ashram, we forget it. It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday also we forget sometimes because we just there is nothing to think so much about what is happening outside world. Krishna is like years and years passed without knowing what is happening in the outside world and how things are happening. Krishna is taking care, and you are very blissful and happy without getting affected by what is happening in the outside world. So this is the Krishna is ready. So तयेत साधवः साध्वी सर्वसङ्गा विवर्जिता सङ्गस्तेष्वतः ते प्रार्थ्या सङ्गदोषाहराहिते. This is my mother, O virtuous lady. These are the qualities of great devotees who are free from all attachment. You must seek attachment to such holy men. For this contracts the precarious effects of material attachment. So then, okay, we need not change. Like I have to use my mind, use in understanding about Krishna. Now we have attachment, attached to the holy man. We need not stop attachment. That is not our method only. For if it is a impersonalist jnanis and yogis, for them they have to work very hard to get free from attachment. For us to get free from attachment, you get attached to a holy person. It's such a because our naturally we get attracted. So then use that attachment to get attracted to a devotee. How to get attracted to a devotee? We have to hear from them. We have to see their qualities. We have to serve them. So these are the 3 ways. We have to get attachment. And here Prabhupada also gives the formula to get attached and a very huge purpose. With Kapila Muni here advises Mother Devati that if she wants to be free from material attachment, she should increase her attachment to sadhus or devotees who are completely free from all material attachments. So this is attachment to sadhus. Then Bhagavad Gita chapter 5 it is stated, who is qualified to enter into kingdom of God? It is said that Nirmana Moha Jitasanga Dosha. This refers to one who is completely free from the puffed up conditions of material possessiveness. This is the first quality Prabhupada is mentioning. Who completely freed from, that means he don't identify with what he's having. That is a very, very important quality. Even though Lord is giving everything to them, but they don't identify it with them. So that becomes easy in their life. Why for us the pain? The pain is because of our wrong attachments. We are attached to things, my house, my possessions. If somebody encroaches upon them, we become so angry and upset. How can you touch it? This is mine. I know the bossing mentality is there, the pulling mentality. So we have that mentality. But the quality of a sadhu is first he has given up that. We need to attach to that person who has given up this mentality. We'll also lose that mentality, this type of mentality, the puffed up condition of material possessiveness. Very, very difficult. Like even like if somebody touches my laptop, I also become upset. I said, why are you touching my laptop? Because the possessiveness is there. We want to protect, but there is also possessiveness. A person may be materially very rich, opulent, or respectful, but he at all want to transfer himself to spiritual kingdom, back home, back to Godhead, then what he should do? He has to be free from the puffed up condition of material possessiveness, because that is a false position. So this should be very, very clearly understood. We cannot take chance. We have to. This is the first quality. So the first quality. So first quality is uh, giving up possessiveness. So this is the first thing we have to cultivate, and this is what we all want to work upon. So, and then comes the word moha used here means the false understanding that one is rich or poor. In this material world, the conception that one is very rich or very poor or any such consciousness in connection with material existence is false, because this body itself is false or temporary. A pure soul who is prepared to be free from material entanglement must first of all be free from association of three modes of material nature. Our consciousness in the present moment is polluted because of association with the three modes of material nature. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita, the same principle it is advised, Jita Sangha dosha. One should be free from contaminated association of three modes. So this is very important. So what is the recommendation? Recommendation is we should not get affected by what is happening around. This is a very, very difficult thing also. Like this is natural that we get affected by what is happening around. And people want to know what is happening around every day. And here in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is confirmed a pure devotee. Like, what about what is happening in neighborhood? What is happening there? What is happening there? It is all the manifestation of three modes only. What I wanted to say here is, whatever the things that we are looking around, it's basically the whatever we see around. Manifestation of three modes. That means they are not to be taken very seriously, and they are not real also. They are real, but they are temporary. That's why cannot be taken seriously. Say now, for example, what was very, very important 10 years back? in our life is no more important now. Why? Because it is temporary. When I was writing my 10th exams or when I'm writing my college exams, that was a very serious thing. But now, no more serious. I know I was then the tension, the pressure. I was thinking, I know it. Why I became so serious? No, I could have taken it lightly, and no, I could have done it. But that time it is a serious issue. Now it is no more a serious issue. Now the children's exams are issue. That is a serious issue now. So the point is what? The things now it's just a manifestation of modes, one after another, one after another, one after the coming. We have to be alone. That's why Jita Sangha dosha. Here also in Srimad Bhagavatam is confirmed, a pure devotee is preparing to transfer himself to spiritual kingdom is also free from the association of three modes of matter. That means things are happening and he is also involved in it but not affected by it. That is the point. We have to seek the association of such devotees. Like say, no cricket match is happening. How much people are affected by it, especially in India, youth. Now, for somebody, he like after growing up, sometimes or some girls they are not so much interested. Not many are interested. They for them, Mrs. Why they are so much affected? Let anybody wins. How does it make an effect? Because it's just modes of nature. That's all. For this reason, we have begun the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Prabhupada wanted that we not get affected by it. There are many mercantile, scientific, and other association in human society to develop particular type of education or consciousness. But there's no association which helps us to get free from the material association. So this is why Prabhupada created ISKCON, to help us free from all these effects that are happening. And now again we are getting affected by what is happening around in the society, in the world. Then we are making some mistake. If anyone has reached the stage where he must become free from this metal contamination, then he has to seek the association of devotees, wherein Krishna consciousness is exclusively cultured. So one can thereby become free from material association. If I don't want to get affected by what is happening, who is winning the elections, then what should I do? I should exclusively cultivate Krishna consciousness. Because a devotee is, now I am not able to do. What should I do? Associate with somebody who is doing this. Associate with somebody who is like this. Then what happens? We will also become like that. We will also not get affected. Because a devotee is free from all contaminated material association, he is not affected by material miseries of material existence. Even though he appears to be in material world, he is not affected by miseries of material world. How is it possible? There is a very great example in the activities of the cat. The cat carries her kittens in her mouth, and when she kills a rat, she also carries the booty in her mouth. They both are carried in the mouth of the cat, but they are in different conditions. The kitten feels comfort in the mouth of the mother, whereas the rat is carried in the mouth of the cat. The rat feels the blow of death. Similarly, those who are sadhavas or devotees engaged in Krishna consciousness in transcendental service of Lord do not feel the contamination of material miseries, whereas those who are not devotees in Krishna consciousness feel the miseries of material existence. One should therefore give up the association of materialistic persons and seek association of persons engaged in Krishna. That means we need association of such people who are not affected. They are the saviors for us. Slowly, we'll also not get affected. We'll say, "Oh, Prabhuji, the government changed." I say, "Oh, acha, really?" Does not make any difference for us. So then what happens? By such association, he will benefit in the spiritual advancement by the three words and instructions. He will be able to cut off the attachment to material. So this is how the news in this world is. It is never good news about the family, Prabhuji, this happened, loss in business or success in business or no fail in exams or good marks in exams or marriage, divorce, children, health, this, that. So many headaches. We have to be in the association of it. Satam prasangan mama virya samvido bhavant hritkarna rasayana kata tajjoshanada sapavargavatmani shraddharatir bhaktiranuframish. Even in the house, people are so irritating. We get so much affected. Somebody is so irritating, and somebody is so short tempered, somebody is so pestering, and this, that. So many things are there. We have to handle them. How will we handle? Stam Prasangat. In the association of pure devotees, discussion of the pastimes and activities of Supreme Personality of Godhead is very pleasing and satisfying to the ear and the heart. That is the requirement. Heart tonight is searching. Our heart is always searching. So what is happening now? 3 levels of food. Anything now we can count in the 3 levels. So what are the 3 levels? On a physical level, mental or metaphysical level, or spiritual. Now we need food at the level of physical, we are eating, and 1/3 of what we eat, it goes to mind. And also mind is relations and other so-called entertainment and other pleasures, going around, seeing things, all these things are there. Now, but what is happening? The soul is hungry. And that's why our heart is never satisfied. Because soul is hungry. So this is the problem for everyone. The soul is always hungry. And the soul hunger can be removed by this way. The heart is satisfied when satam prasanga mama virya samvido. By cultivating such knowledge, one gradually becomes advanced in the path of liberation. Therefore, he is freed and his attraction becomes fixed. Then real devotion and devotional service began. And Prabhupada has very nice purport. He says the process of advancing in Krishna consciousness and devotional service is described here. The first point is that one must seek the association of persons who are Krishna conscious and who engage in devotional service. Without such association, one cannot make advancement. Simply by theoretical knowledge or study, one cannot make any appreciable advancement. So theoretical knowledge, one should give up the association of materialist persons and seek the association of devotees, because without the association of devotees, one cannot understand the activities of the Lord. Very important. Generally, people are convinced of the impersonal feature of absolute truth because they do not associate with devotees. They cannot understand that the absolute truth can be a person and has personal activities. This is actually very painful also. Relation is, I told, maximum pleasure in relation, maximum pain in relations. People say no relation only. That this is a very difficult subject matter. Unless one has personal understanding of absolute, there is no meaning to devotional service, or devotion cannot be offered to anything impersonal. Very, very important. Now, very few people, there are many people who are atheistic. And in that, there are some people who believe in all this Supreme Lord. But for them, to accept Supreme Lord as a person is very difficult. And more difficult is to know that he has a name. That means if you are giving name to Supreme, the Absolute, you are limiting the Absolute truth. That is actually true. If you are giving name to the Absolute, that means you are limiting the Absolute. You cannot have name to it. You cannot have form to it. Then it is limiting the Absolute. You cannot specify the place for it. You are limiting it. The place, time, and form, name. It's all limiting the absolute truth. That's why they say, how can absolute truth have form, place, and no time, and no name, all these things. But very few people understand that there is absolute truth, there is a form, and his name is Krishna. Very, very few people accept it. Even in India also, there are so many demigod worshippers. They don't understand that Krishna is the Supreme Lord and this is the name he has. They don't understand it. And after understanding, if you are not chanting, Durdhaivami Drishamiha Janinanuragaha. That's actually what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling in the second shloka of Sishashtakam. This is how unfortunate, after knowing that there is a Supreme Lord, he has a name, and after knowing the name that is Krishna, you are still not chanting his name. That is the most unfortunate situation. So here also, it's so difficult that to accept. Service must be offered to a person. Non-devotees cannot appreciate Krishna consciousness by reading Srimad Bhagavatam, any other Vedic literature, wherein the activities of Lord are described. They think that these activities are fictional, manufactured stories because spiritual life is not explained to them in proper mood. To understand the personal activities of the Lord, one has to seek the association of devotees, and by such association, when one contemplates and tries to understand the transcendental activities of the Lord, the path of liberation is open and is free. One who has firm faith in the Supreme Personality of Godhead becomes fixed, and his attachment for association with the Lord and devotees increases. Association with devotees means association with the Lord. Prabhupada gives so many golden lines. The devotee who makes this association develop the consciousness for rendering service to Lord, then being situated in the transcendental position of devotion, he gradually becomes perfect. So we will stop here. Any questions, comments? Okay, thank you. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, will I get these recordings also? Because yesterday I missed.
Yes, Mataji, that is posted. Na? Same group where this link is posted. Na? In that the recordings are also posted.
No, your recording. This recording.
Same. Both recordings are there. You'll get
But
proper.
no, right now Prabhuji posted in the group.
You go through the playlist, Mataji, you'll see the Prabhupada Purport reading also. There is another playlist. That also you can see in that.
So your recording is at another place?
It's another playlist, but it is posted in the same group.
Oh, okay, Prabhuji.
You just go through them, you'll see the Prabhupada Purport playlist. It will have separate list. That is posted in the same group.
Yes, Prabhuji. And Prabhuji, one question is there. Say, Prabhuji, there are circumstances that we understand our devotion is at certain level, but if we mess with the family member, then there will be a lot of clashes because uh, so at that time we don't follow that standard of being devotee. We there is no compromise on chanting, but there is a compromise in say following the norms. Say morning if we cannot get up, or there are some delays to compromise with the family. Then at that time, we know that we can't do Mangalarti, that we can't do our offering on time, or we are not doing DT workshop also. Sometimes it's very difficult. Then how that will affect our devotion? To what extent it will affect our devotion? Because we compromise with the family because we have to go with them also to reduce the clashes. So how to look into this? That is my question.
When you have opportunity to do, like sometimes you have opportunity, do it more intensely and do for more. Like say now I'm not able to, I cannot offer much or I cannot do much. I have to travel with them. That time you compromise. But when you come back, that time you have an opportunity to do it nicely, do it more sincerely, more intensely, because that will protect you when you are not able to do also. Like I say, now I can chant 32 rounds. I can very sincerely cook and very with great film I can offer, and I can hear the lectures and pray, make proper notes, try to practice nicely. So when you get opportunity to do it nicely, you do with all your sincerity. Then what happens? Krishna will protect you when you are not able to do, because the situations cannot be changed. Your sincerity is when you have opportunity, how nicely you are doing. And then when you don't have, you try whatever basic minimum, and then you accept, then you pray to Krishna. That's all. Your sincerity is like, say, now I got opportunity. Now when I travel, I don't have some things to do, but now I have more opportunity. I'll do it more nicely. When I travel, you have to compromise some things like that. Clear, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. And Prabhuji, one more question. When I was not able to do, means it prolonged for a year, Prabhuji. I struggled a lot. Means I was eating for only once when the kitchen was completely free, and I was doing my own things. I suffered a lot. But when I got an abortion and everything got cleared after a year, means I saw that when I compromised with my family, at first I was thinking to start with a friction, but I thought if I go with means my purpose of doing Krishna consciousness ultimately is to bring them in a Krishna consciousness, and if I oppose them, they will never appreciate, even they will not take in prasadam also. So I did not oppose them, but I didn't compromise on my also. My health suffered a lot. Then now things got automatically, everything is running smooth. The friction is reduced so much that even if I go here and there, they come and they take prasadam for themselves. Means in fact they started eating without onion garlic, and they started appreciating the food that I prepare, or even the offered water also they are starting to appreciate. At start it was huge friction. So now my question to you is, I'm doing the same thing. I don't know about the intensity, how to increase and how to do that. But when I was not able to do, I was literally uh, in I was literally crying every day. Why Lord is testing me? Because my devotion will hamper. My health is not able to cope out. In that also, I was doing distribution and all that. But now I am not able to understand why Lord has done that for a year of patience. Why he did that?
We should
Just
not spoil our health. We should take guidance and properly do it. We should not do extremes. Lord don't want us to spoil our health. Lord want us to keep good health so that we can serve Him more and more and more. And you have to take guidance in such situations, and try to. You will never understand only if you are under guidance, and some senior devotees He will tell why Lord arrange such situations for you. Under guidance, we will know. Otherwise, we will not know. We will make mistakes.
okay,
Not
Prabhuji.
arranged. He is doing something good for you. You have to be happy with it.
Yes, Prabhuji. Now I'm happy, but there was a struggle, so
No, that
I
was
was.
helpful because that is the time you make maximum progress. If you can look back, you have seen that is the time you made maximum progress. That is always the time. Whenever we go through difficulties, you have learned many things. You become more mature, and you developed so much in that situations.
Maybe Prabhuji, but I have very intense desire to have Gaurnita deities. But there is no question to have that deities. There is no question at all. So whenever
The
I
intense desire itself is actually what is helping you to make progress. People have deities, they don't serve. But you don't have deities, but your desire to have them, that will help you to progress also. It's not that you need to have it. Even the desire itself is, Krishna is so kind. Krishna consciousness, if I have a desire only, I can make progress. So what to think of direct serving? So Krishna has some purpose. He is taking time, and he knows that what is good for you, he will give. You just desire, you be sincere, Krishna will make you. They will come to your house.
Prabhuji, there is no question of having deities in my entire life. I know that, but
That is
I
not
just wanted
question.
to.
Krishna can change the situation in overnight. You should not. You should not think like that. But Krishna changing situation is not very difficult. He just want to change our heart. That is more difficult for Krishna. For Krishna, situation is not a problem. Heart is a problem. He want to change our heart, and that for that we should be ready. You pray to Krishna. You pray to Gaurnitai. Gaurnitai will come tomorrow also to your house. For Gaurnitai to come to your house is not a problem. The problem is, am I ready to surrender? Am I ready to accept His will? You ready to accept His will, surrender? Krishna is ready to change. For Krishna, it's not a problem.
So, Prabhuji, then I changed my desire, and then there was an opportunity to distribute books, so I took that very seriously. And now I don't do any effort, and Srimad Bhagavatam is distributed. So I thought that Lord wants this, so I started doing that, and it is getting distributed. I know that I'm not doing any efforts, so I don't know what the results are or how I should do more.
Krishna gives sometimes, he has his own plans.
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Danvat pranam to you. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for answering. Every time you answer my questions. Thank you so much, and eternally grateful to you.
Right. Beer Krishna Pro, you had some questions. Beer Krishna Pro.
This discussion of Lord Kapila with Mata Devati, it is what I can make out, it is at Bhava and Prema level. I mean, it is being discussed about the qualities of devotee at Bhava and Prema level. So, how do we relate with um, struggling devotees, sadhaka devotees? How do we with this?
They are giving at our level, Pro. Devati is discussing questions very, very basic only. She is talking about the basic things about how to get free from this metal entanglement. Lord Kapila is also telling very basic things, and which is going to, they are not talking about some direct leelas of the Lord or no, which are 10th canto Bhagavatam. They are talking, no, now Sankhya is going to come, much more basic. Whatever the instructions that are given, to be attached to sadhus, to give up the false proprietorship, and no, to hear the Krishna Katha all the time so that we don't get affected by all these things. They are very basic, and that is applicable to all of us only. So it is for us they are speaking. Devati is asking, she is already, Nitya Siddha only, eternally liberated. They ask for our sake. So she is doing it for our sake. For her, she don't need. She is having Lord as her son. Without who will Lord accept her son? Because they are eternally liberated souls. So Nitya Siddhas only. It is for us only. It's all basic.
Right.
You have to follow this much minimum.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. So we'll end